Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the Venusian Light Tarot. So today we are here to do a specific message for a specific group of people in the collective. So if you do feel pulled in any kind of way to the title, to the thumbnail, if this pops up randomly, then it could be for you, but of course just take what resonates. It's not going to be for everyone. So if you feel confused or you're trying to make it fit and it doesn't fit, then it may not be for you, and that's okay. So as usual, I'm going to go over what I picked up on, what I channeled here for this specific message, and then we'll open up more. We'll go into some more cards. If there will be an extended, I'll have it linked down below. So I will say right away that this is definitely a message for a group of people who are not in the best place right now. Or something has been pulling you back in to heal, and it may feel a bit like you're not in a good place. There's a bit of a different scale here for everyone, but it doesn't feel like somebody who's, in the best just place right now or isn't feeling the most optimistic. So if you're feeling really good, and this is probably not your message here, this is definitely for someone who feels a bit heavy. And more specifically, kind of a bit of a push and pull right now to where you may be reeled back in, which we'll get into here. But I just wanted to mention that before we go into the reading. So if you feel a little bit like not normal or not yourself, or kind of just like a low energy or feeling very emotional, maybe a bit negative even, then this could be for you. So when I tuned into the message, the first thing that I was being shown actually was where I kind of felt this resistance of energy, almost like this push and pull. And they showed me like a graph kind of, or like a line that was going up and down. And I was hearing cycles, and healing is not linear. And they did show me this kind of like almost what looked like a spiral or like a labyrinth of energy. And for someone specific, this could be that I was hearing you've been pulled back somewhere that you have already healed. So it's almost like you've been reeled back into, whether you're aware of it or not, into some cycle or particular situation, which was confirmed with a few cards that I pulled here. And also I will read this card from the booklet because it really describes what I was picking up on. But yeah, you may feel like you've been reeled back in somewhere. And the message here that Spirit wants someone to know is that you have already come further than you think you have on your healing journey. And so it's almost like they were showing me these balloons that you've been carrying, like a bunch of balloons. And I was hearing to let go of the balloons, but then I heard you've already let them go. And Spirit's saying that you have actually already healed from something, or you've already alchemized some kind of pain or situation here that you've been working through maybe for a while. And it's like you've kind of like buried something already, or you've released something already. You may have paid some sort of, I was getting like this karmic debt, or you've like you shut the door to something, or you've completely severed it or healed it or alchemized it. But there could be this energy of almost a void after that. And for some of you, it may feel, and that could be because you are feeling pulled back to something, or maybe it's coming up in memories or dreams. Maybe they were kind of saying it's going to be different for everyone, but either you're feeling this in like an intense kind of way to where you're feeling like extra emotional right now, or maybe kind of lost in a place of fear, maybe very exhausted. I was also getting to. And maybe there are things that are popping up here that are almost making you feel like you've taken steps backwards. But there's a bit of a few messages with this here, because I think that for some of you, they just want to confirm for you that a lot of this is about your perspective, but also the cycle that you have to like go through the ups and downs. It's okay to kind of be up one day and then down the next day. It's like flowers, that some flowers in the garden die and some bloom. But I do feel like they want you here, if this resonates with you, to kind of like allow your flowers to bloom, is what I kept hearing. Allow yourself to bloom. And it's almost like somebody stomping on their own growth. because they're going backwards or because they think they're going backwards. So I'm not sure how it's going to resonate with everybody, because for some of you, it's a bit more of like an intense thing where you maybe keep looking backwards. Like they're showing me somebody looking behind their shoulder and like kind of looking back to something, even though you actually, that thing is already gone, or that cycle or that chapter is already healed. It's already gone. But maybe there's a part of you that's familiar with it or comfortable there. So you are kind of like looking back, and Spirit wants you to stop that and look forward, because you do have all this potential now to blossom and to bloom. It's like the darkness is, the worst is behind you. And so if that does resonate, that some of you are intentionally kind of looking back, or you feel yourself to be like, you can't help yourself but to look back. There is this kind of message of like, you have to choose now to move forward. You have to make a conscious choice to think of your happiness and focus on what makes you happy, and focus on shifting your perspective. And that could require, you know, coming out of your comfort zone, because they're showing me this like ball of yarn, and I keep hearing like resistance. It's like there's some kind of like blocked energy here. Like we feel resistance, even though it's already gone. But if it's not that you're looking back, or you don't want to look back anymore, and you're really focusing on looking forward, and you're really feeling that, then they just want to say that this will continue to be a bit of an up and down cycle. But even so, try to see how far you've come and focus on the steps that you've taken to get to this point, as opposed to how quickly are you getting there, like how fast are things moving towards your light after the darkness. So things will return to normal is what I was also hearing, that I wrote down here. They're saying things will return to normal. So this could even just be a little bit of like a, yeah, I was hearing like a spoke in the wheel. This could be a spoke in the wheel. So this could just be like you get kind of like pulled into something again, even if you are like really wanting to move forward. And if that's the case, they want to say that it's not that you're actually going backwards. It's just that it's here to almost give you perspective about how far you have come. So almost like a bit of a congratulations here, or a feeling of, yes, we may have reached the top of this mountain that we've been climbing, and we may have put the worst behind us, but now we're just in a place of a void, or absorbing everything to come after this. So it depends on which group you're in. For some of you, it's like you really do have to try to look forward now and stop looking back, and squashing your own flowers. It's like they're blooming, they're starting to blossom, and then you stomp on them again because you're either doubting yourself, or you're intentionally kind of going backwards, or you're looking back to the past, or returning to a situation, something like that. But yeah, for the other group of you, it's more of just be patient as the flowers bloom, and be okay with the ups and downs here, and really zoom out. It's almost like if you could kind of like zoom out on your life and like take a big snapshot of everything, you would really see how far you have come. And so it's almost like sometimes we're too like in our own like fear about something, or mental space about something, where we don't actually see like how far we've come. So it's just like baby steps, it's moving forward. And there was some specifics that I picked up on here, which I will talk about in a second, but yeah, but I do want to, because this card kept popping out when I was shuffling from this deck, and then I read it, and it was actually exactly what I was picking up on. So I'll read this real quick here. So it says, you are protected. The worst is now behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that you have been facing. The past has gone, and your angel guide is encouraging you to let it go. If traumatic or painful memories have revisited you recently, know that they are opportunities to recognize how far you've come, and acknowledge how much healing has taken place in your life. When you have reflected on these shifts, leave the past behind you and move forward. The present is only a gift if you are able to receive it. If you are facing the unknown at this time, know that your angel guide will show you the next steps, and that you will be surrounded by a spiritual force field that will protect you on all levels as you move forward. So yeah, there's a message here to really try to embrace the present moment and the joy that is up ahead. And things will return to normal. So this could just be like a dip, sort of. Even like if this has not happened yet, sometimes these can be a bit in the future. If this does happen, it's not a sign that you're going backwards, is what they keep saying here. It just means that it's time to like sit in the void and now, you know, create and manifest everything to come from that point, from that void, that can be visualized and manifested from that space. But you will get through this time, and these blocks will dissipate if you allow yourself to bloom. So we'll go a bit more into the reading here, but some specifics that this could be for you. Obviously, this is kind of like you would be feeling this energy. You also may be sleeping a lot more than usual. You could be feeling very exhausted, possibly emotional, or again, clearly you've been maybe getting glimpses or memories from the past, or maybe like feeling that you've gone back to a certain timeline of your life even, or just feeling that there's parts of your past that somehow crop up, or fears that crop up. You definitely could be feeling a lot of fear. Also, I was kind of like coughing when I was preparing for this reading. So there could be something, someone's coughing, could be like, maybe there's a bit of a throat chakra block, or coughing to me is kind of like releasing of energy as well, like blockages. So you could be coughing, or maybe someone's sick here. Also like hot flashes, maybe feeling a bit like, yeah, hot flashes, just kind of like a little off. Also, I was getting here, someone who could be having feet or foot issues. So maybe, I don't know what exactly is going on, but something with the feet could be, you're having an issue, or there's an ache or something, or maybe you have like some kind of sore on your feet, or just not feeling, maybe like you've broken your foot, or I don't know, something with the feet. Also, for someone specific, either you have been very stagnant and not moving or not exercising, which could kind of like add into some of these issues. If, you know, if that resonates with you, that there's almost like some kind of like tight energy here that we're trying to shake out, that we need to shake up. Or you have been recently starting to exercise more, or starting that for the first time. And so this could be confirming kind of why you're guided to that. I was hearing somebody say, I just need a break from it all. So there's a lot of that, like sleeping, resting, just wanting to take a vacation, maybe wanting to just kind of do nothing, or to almost feel like you need just to run away from everything here. Someone who's been feeling confused about their healing journey, or why they're feeling stuck, which is what I'll probably title this reading, because it feels very specific for this group of people who feel confused or worried about why they're stuck. Also, I was getting quite a few names here, or just a couple actually, but dancing, someone here could be a dancer, or again, it's more of like shaking things up. You may feel like the pull to just like shake your body up, or to dance, or to move, or that definitely could be some guidance here. Also, someone here could be a musician. Your mind could be a little foggy or fuzzy, or like brain fog. It was almost like I was kind of drifting as well, like overthinking, or like getting sidetracked. So maybe you're having trouble focusing. You may feel tension in your body, tension in your muscles. You may have just released a big karmic cycle or karmic debt. Maybe something about like shoveling, or you've had dreams of digging something or shoveling. And yeah, and then the names that I got here, of course, these won't be for everyone, but Mariah, Marissa, Kate, Katie, Diane, Jessica, and also Lavender. So it could be, I don't know, someone's name or something, or someone's name on YouTube, but it's something here with also, of course, lavender can be very healing and soothing. Maybe someone's having trouble sleeping. But yeah, let's go ahead and see if this sounds like it could resonate with you. Let's go a bit deeper into the message here. So what else, Spirit, would you like to say for this group of people? So I'm seeing a box of crayons here, and kind of obviously what has been coming up here in the reading. It feels like someone needs to bring in some color, or you, because this reading does feel, it's not to be like harsh, but Spirit is coming up like a little bit harsh for some groups of you. If that doesn't resonate, that's okay. But if you feel like you've been in this like stuck place for a long time, and maybe you know that you could do more for yourself, or you know that you could kind of come out of this, or you're just on that track now and this is just some further guidance of what you've already been working on. But they're showing me to bring color into your life, spice things up, come to life, bring some vibrancy, move things around, move your body, try new things. Yeah, and for someone, there could be a little bit of like an overactivity in the crown chakra, or you felt very just foggy and confused. And it could even be that there's been a bit of, I mean, for someone, it is like a little bit of like coming down to earth or getting grounded again. If someone does have foot problems, that can be a sign that maybe the root chakra is unbalanced, or that you're not feeling very grounded. So I do think that there's like a heavy message here about express yourself. I'm seeing somebody with like a zipper on their mouth. Something is causing someone to be stuck. So whatever you can do to express yourself, I'm hearing follow your Jupiter. So I don't know what that means, but follow your Jupiter. Maybe something with your Jupiter placement, but follow your path, follow your abundance. Follow like your passion, your purpose. Follow what feels abundant. There is a message here definitely for someone that there's a bit of like a crown chakra like block almost, or something here is a little off with that, where you're not receiving either messages at all from spirit, or you're in this void where you're not understanding them, or maybe you're completely blocked. So maybe you're not receiving any kind of insight about where to go or what's going on. And so you almost feel like you're floating in this kind of clouds of just nothingness or confusion. But I'm hearing we are here to help, and that could be why I was guided to this angel deck today. If you do feel like you're on the spectrum of this scale here that I'm kind of getting, where it could be like a really dark thing, or it could be that you're just sort of on the edge of coming out of it. But if you are kind of feeling very blocked, or either way, they want you to connect to the angels, especially bring any kind of light into your life. So light maybe in the form of like opening like the windows or something, or opening the blinds. Also maybe like clear quartz crystal I'm getting, white light when you're meditating, just anything to kind of bring light back in. But it will naturally come back in. It doesn't have to be forced if you already feel like you're on that track. So they just want to say that though too, because there is that feeling of like not forcing the healing process. So you'll kind of know where you are on that. But yeah, definitely someone here could be having memories, even from like childhood pop up, possibly even like past life, but maybe there's something that either was triggered recently by like a childhood memory, or you've seen something about your childhood. That could just be specific for somebody. But I'm hearing you are so much more than you think you are. And so this definitely feels like someone's been kind of like not really seeing their value, or not following kind of maybe their most authentic path for a while because of fear. And spirit just wants this like guidance and encouragement for whoever this is for, to like believe in yourself right now, to see how much you really are and how worthy you are. Again, I'm getting all these angels crowding in, so it almost feels like someone really needs this right now. And you may be, I definitely think for some of you, if you're like in that very low space, you may not even accept this message, or you may not even feel like that's what's happening, but you do have so much spiritual support around you if you just open up and accept it. Especially angels. I'm also getting the name Ryan, or something similar, Rye, yeah, something R-Y or R-H. Also Rachel. For someone also specific, you could have been, I don't know if this is like a long time ago or recently, but you could have come out of, maybe you were like lied to, or there was a lot of people in your life, or maybe one person that you really found out that you couldn't trust. I think this could just be talking about some of what's keeping you blocked or some of what you've been working on healing. As they mentioned, like you're being maybe pulled back somewhere that you actually already healed. So you obviously have healed from something. You obviously have done this work on yourself to heal and to get to this point. So yeah. Here we have guardian. So definitely could be like a guardian angel. I'm hearing you have to choose yourself first. You have to put yourself as a priority. So that could be that if this is something about, it's been a really hard time for you, or it's been difficult for you to ever put yourself as a priority, that could be what feels uncomfortable when maybe certain situations or people or relationships were kind of taken away out of your life, or you've been put into this void if it's not something that you've been used to. They really want you to make yourself the priority. I'm hearing boost yourself up. Yeah, they really want someone to like try to smile, try to be happy, try to boost yourself, almost like I'm seeing like inject yourself with optimism. Maybe surround yourself with like things, people, environments, content that lifts you up and doesn't drag you down. So if you feel something is kind of off, because this was here to raise your vibration. So it definitely feels someone can do more to like raise their vibration, especially when it comes to joy and the present moment and feeling grateful. Definitely if you're like around certain people who bring you down, or people who talk, negatively or don't believe in you, or watching certain like content that is negative, you may be kind of like matching with that vibration because of where you are within yourself. And it's hard to climb out when you're kind of in that stuffy room, sort of metaphorically here. I don't know why, for some reason I'm seeing somebody like taking off their clothes and swimming naked in like the pond or the lake or an ocean. That could just be, again, how they're showing it, but maybe like just whatever you can do to free yourself. It just feels like that can be very freeing experience, maybe something like that, or just like taking off the armor kind of, or taking down the walls. Yeah, unconditional love. It's definitely here for you. Also for somebody, this is specific, but if you happen, this feels like a really specific reading for a group of people. So, but if you've been having any sort of very negative spiritual experiences, maybe you've been seeing, I don't know, like dark energies around you, or you've been dreaming of like snakes, or snakes, bats, flies. This is a manifestation of this process that you're moving through, but it's coming from fear. There's this bug in my face here. Maybe bugs as well. You've been having a lot of flies around you, or in your house, or there is definitely this message to separate yourself. So you would know exactly what that is. Separate yourself from like a negative person, a negative relationship, something that is keeping you in a place of fear. It's really time to move on from that and to walk away from that. Yeah, so we have here dark thoughts, we have decrease, we have present power. So again, this is saying here to Somebody here could have a rabbit's foot, like keychain. I don't really know too much about that, or you may want to look into like a rabbit's foot or some kind of good luck items to have around you as well. Maybe whatever you feel could bring you some good luck, to surround yourself with that. Also like intentions, affirmations that are like lucky, changing your mindset. We have great achievements. Yes, we have here great gratitude as well. Lots of fours are coming up. So fours can be stability, but they also can be very like confining as well, when we're too boxed in, or we're closing ourselves off, or we're just in like a stuck rut. And for someone, there's some advice as well to just like start with finding the little things. Maybe it's just very small things that you can just enjoy in your day. Maybe having a gratitude journal and just starting with like, if you're really at a low place, just starting with like a couple of things per day that you're grateful for, and then kind of building that up. So we have falling, another 4. You could be seeing 444 maybe. The unknown, descent, momentum, and change. So that's what they're saying. Things will return to normal. So maybe this is like a temporary kind of like pit stop or something for somebody, that you've just run into this void now, or something happened maybe recently to somebody that really kind of plummeted you into this. And it's not your normal energy. That could also be. But they're showing like things have to adjust themselves before it comes back down. So it could even be that you are close to kind of with this great achievement here, and we have light after the darkness. There could be some kind of achievement of you coming out of this, coming in with the light here, and after the void, the light will return. Make space for yourself, make time for yourself. The self seems to be really important here. So carving out some time for doing things that are enjoyable to you, putting yourself first, maybe basking here in any kind of unconditional love from spirit. Yeah, be curious, curiouser and curiouser. So yeah, it just really feels like embracing kind of the uniqueness, the number 9 here of self. How can you bring that color into your life? How can you be more unique and different, and reclaim those parts of yourself, especially if this is specific for someone that's been like in a very controlling situation, or you felt controlled for most of your life, or something along those lines. You may be receiving messages through animals, and they're coming to you to give you unconditional love and to show you the signs. Definitely lots of animals may be coming to you. Anything else that you want them to know here? Acceptance and equality. Yeah, there's a lot of surrender, acceptance, just kind of sitting maybe in this void, while also accepting what comes after it. And these roses here too, and that's what I was getting, like the cycles, the roses or the flowers will bloom, or they can bloom again. You could be seeing a red cardinal. We have night song here, hidden talents. Yeah, exploring wildness. And look, we have creating from the ashes, and we have ash here too. So something here may have kind of become, you know, like to ashes, or you feel like something has crumbled in your life, or a certain part of your life, or a certain part of yourself. But now it's time to bring the wildness back out, maybe for the first time in a while. I was getting dancing, shaking things up, even like just shaking your body, putting some music on, just like jumping around, or I don't know, just shaking things up. Could also be that you're guided to explore some kind of like hidden gift or hidden talent. Maybe you know what that is, or that could be part of what this void is because it's actually going to push you into your purpose or your gifts, maybe in a very unexpected way. Because sometimes that can come after we almost like hit rock bottom, or after we sit in the void and we experience that nothingness or void space. Maybe the messages from spirit can emerge that way, and the signs of like what's been within you, what's been sitting there within you, can kind of come out more because we have more silence to receive that. So you may be becoming very curious, or if it hasn't happened yet, you will get there. They keep saying that things will get back, things will start to look up if you can focus there, or at least allow the river to kind of take you there. Go with the flow now into that direction. Because as this card was saying, the worst is now behind you. So it's kind of like a message of you can't fail, or you can't fail again, because this time is different, and it just requires like a leap of faith into the unknown. And that could be where some of that fear is coming from, that it feels a bit unfamiliar to not have any attachments, or to just kind of boldly move into the light after being accustomed to this maybe stagnation for a while, something like that. I'm also hearing something like the veil is becoming thinner. So this could be, maybe if you're watching it when I post it or soon after, this could be, and I did choose the Halloween deck here too, so maybe like near Halloween, end of October, early November, there could be some significant breakthroughs around that time. Okay, so I'm just going to get a final message here, and then I think we'll just leave it there. Is there anything else you want to say, Spirit, for this group of people before we close up the reading? But yeah, with the ashes, they want to remind that message that you actually have already let this go. So whatever it is specifically for you, it's already actually become ashes. Like there's nothing left of it, which is not a bad thing. It's actually more of a positive thing, because you don't have to return to it again. Yes, it could be like a painful ending, or it could be a painful place to be in, but it's also supposed to be comforting, or it's supposed to help you, because if you still had to go back to that to keep healing it, or to keep kind of like feeding that fire of whatever that was that you kept healing, it would be that you would still be sitting there, but you're actually not. You've already healed that. It's already something like that. You've already come so far to where it's already been, it's become ashes. It's not substance anymore. Like, you know, it's not, you can't hold on to it anymore. We have yes. So maybe there's something on your mind that you're asking, and the answer is yes. If there's like a certain talent or some skill, something that's coming in for you, the answer is yes with that. But yeah, zoom out and see actually how much you have healed and how far you have come. And not get caught up in like the little details, or the little things that are going wrong, or things like that that can set us back. And this does feel with the shovel that I was getting, and I don't know, they just showed me a shovel and somebody shoveling things, and I was hearing karma or karmic debt and sealed. So this could be with this ashes as well. You have successfully like sealed that off, whatever that was, that you've been in like a karmic cycle, or you've completed some kind of heavy karma here, and there is nothing left to grasp onto with that or to go back to. So it could be a relationship, it could be a time of your life, it could be a cycle that you've been moving through maybe for years even. Yeah, they just really want someone to know it's okay. We have a lot of purple here. We have be yourself, it's okay, or everything's okay. There could be a business venture coming in for someone, but something with these like elves here, like being playful, opening up to happiness. I think they're laughing. So yeah, lots of like laughter. Do what makes you have some fun. Take a risk into a direction that maybe is like playful or creative or fun. We have compromise. So it could be about compromising on if there is something with like a relationship or something that you're coming to peace with, but it also could be like making almost like a compromise with yourself in a way. But it's really about being yourself somehow. Being your authentic self seems to be at the root of all of this. And that could be exactly what you have gotten a lot closer to understanding your authentic self through this void that you're moving through now, or will also move through in the future. Yeah, there could be some epiphanies that are coming in. We also have courage. And we have not the right time, healing from the past. So it could just be some time. We do have winter here that was also at the bottom. So yeah, it's really like resting, sleeping, healing, not forcing anything, but embracing the void, embracing kind of like the winter, even if it's not winter right now where you are. But things will return to normal. It's not going to be frozen like this or still like this for much longer. They do want me to pull some charms, and then we'll leave it there. So I just kind of like was shaking these, and I pause it when I do that so it's not too loud, and this flew out. We have a puzzle piece. Yeah, so the puzzle that maybe you're looking for, the remaining piece of something, or it's like you're healing the final puzzle with something. We have a star, so there is healing and also maybe some kind of opportunity coming in. We also have the initial R. I was getting that. Yeah, so look, we have this skull with the safety pin. That's what it is. It's like something has been sealed. I also saw something like locking into almost like a sealed coffin here. So something is just, it's just, I don't know. It's no more. It can no longer be gone back to. You have permanently closed this road or this cycle, this relationship, something. We have 2 horses here. So there could be a trip, a journey. Also horses could be a symbol for you. Also horses do represent freedom. So there's a lot of that, like freedom to start moving. A wild horse maybe like running. We have 0, so definitely a new cycle here, open to a new cycle. We have the traffic lights. So yeah, there could be a bit of like pause before it turns green, or sometimes we have to be on the red, the red light, and sometimes we have to be in the void. But then when it turns green, it will turn green again. We have best friends, so I don't know what that is for you. I don't know, take that what that means. Could also be being your own best friend. We have a rhinoceros. Yeah, so like pushing through problems, not forcing, but like pushing through obstacles. We have here, I love you. So this could be a message to yourself, from yourself. There's a lot of this needing love here, or needing to feel love. Could be like a best friend who's coming in or who offers that to you, but also could be from spirit. Also self-love. We have this little raven with the moon here. So someone could have a connection to raven, crow, also the forest, resting. We have this triangle here. We also have a dice, and it landed on 3, if that means anything to somebody, or now it landed on 1. But yeah, like opening to risk and opportunity. But yeah, I will leave the reading here. I hope that this could find who it was meant for. If you did enjoy it, or if you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below. And don't forget to check out our Patreon community for extra exclusive readings. And I will talk to you all in the next reading. Take care and lots of love.